Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to the Geometry Dash video. So, it's been a while, obviously. I haven't built too much lately. In the last week, I gotta say, I've barely touched the game. But while browsing Newgrounds, I found a very minimalistic song by Laps, no other. Hold on, let me just let it speak for itself once the beat builds up. You know what I mean? It has a bit of drums, it has like a nice floaty vibe, right? I want to try and make an extreme demon in an hour. I don't know how possible this is going to be, but I think I can make this happen. Now, let me check my timer. That's not an hour. Boom. Okay, that will be an hour. Nice. So I guess on 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to set the timer. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy, and I will bring out more of this kind of thing. Slow mini cube, I think. We're going to go with some weird outline kind of thing. I'm going to give this a group. I'm going to get a small outline as well and just piece it together like this. Make that 4. Make that 5, and then we can have another block right here, which can be 6. Then we're going to put a spike on top as well, maybe just a regular one, because it's nice. Okay, interesting. We can definitely add some timings with orbs. That's going to be a decent start, I think, if I can just flip this upside down and figure out a nice pattern. I need to make sure this is actually extreme. I'm not sure how to do that. So this orb is going to be timed, yeah, but I can probably time this a little bit later. Oh, that's a cool little trick that you got to avoid this block. All right, let me just make sure this is on the same group. Number 2. Interesting. So we have ourselves a little landscape. I think for extra structuring, what I'll do is just scale this up. Is this going to be fine? I don't know. I don't want it to be disruptive. So let me just put this on a different editor layer and we can figure this out. Yeah, that has to go and this has to go. This spike has to go. And then I think we can keep the rest. Oh God, this is confusing. But that's kind of what I want. I want something that's going to be simple and confusing. So it's a nice little challenge, right? We can skip that entirely and then put another orb right here. Not anticipated whatsoever, but we can use the bigger block to our advantage. Let me just select all of this and put it on black blending. Just on 10, because that's easier for me. And then we can add a little pulsing pattern right at the beginning. Starting with 2, that can go to white on like a 0.1, 0.2 kind of thing. And then we just copy paste for the other groups. 3, 4, and 5, and 6, I believe I used. So we should have like a rippling pulse right off the bat. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And then we can set the background to black. All right, we're making progress. My next step is to set the ground to white and choose the classic far out background, repeating my line pulses throughout the section. No idea if it's extreme or not, but we're gonna copy this little pattern just because we know it works. Neat. Okay, so this is gonna take us a little bit into the level, of course. We can flip some of it upside down, I guess. We can add this as like a fake orb, but we can put some blocks down at the bottom that lead to nowhere, just to kind of troll. Obviously, I don't expect this to be rated, by the way. This is just a fun little challenge for myself to see if I can create something kind of gimmicky and fun in such a short time limit. We're gonna have to make this extend a little bit. We're gonna have to move this a bunch as well. Okay, this should work. Oh God, that's such a weird timing though. I'm gonna move this. Playtesting was very annoying, especially with tiny blocks. I had a lot of back and forth with spike placements since my structures were seemingly random. I've built 17 seconds if I just like add background flashes and whatnot. I'm just gonna move some of these spikes out the way. Oh my God, this is so hard. What the heck have I just made? I don't really have time to explain what I'm doing. I'm just trying to reuse my blocks. That's essentially all you need to know. Reusing blocks is a great time saver for anything, so we've used 9 minutes already. Wow, that is really lame of me. I continued until the end of the intro piano, then added a floor transition into a blacked out regular size portal, speeding up as well. I also tweaked the sweeping effect, as you'll see here. That's a weird pattern, actually. We can probably just copy these triggers a bit and just flip them in reverse with different timings. I don't know. The organization doesn't really matter as long as they start at the same point. If I just put like 0.05 and a 0.05 like so, and then just make it copy a color channel, I'm going to say 3 because I don't really know. And then 3 can just be changing through the different colors of the rainbow. We're going to make it quite far around for each color change just so I can save myself a bit of time. Yeah, you see? It's got like a little pattern going with it that makes it look a bit glitchy and whatnot. So another thing I'm gonna do is set the mini triggers on a different editor layer real quick, like so, and then we're gonna copy them again, put them on 2 and flip them, and then set this to a background change, which is gonna go to a dark gray, and we're gonna delete a lot of them towards the beginning so it's not too often, and then we're just gonna allow more and more of them gradually. Maybe, or we can just select whole sections like earlier on and make this a darker gray so it's less effective, right? I haven't really tested what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of going for it. Okay, neat. So it's dark, and then as the song intensifies, it's gonna start getting super bright. Yeah, we have our thing going. We just need to make sure that we lock a spike to the x-axis on the bottom. I haven't really got an idea for the drop, but Oh god, that's so flashy. Hello? How do I want to do this? Some multi-activate orbs. All right, we're going to have a platform here. And how am I going to design this? I'm thinking of having some white spikes on T2. So we have like a kind of frosty looking spike. And then we can have maybe one of those like big pulsing circles on top that goes to, I don't know, play color 2, scale it up, and then set the speed to like 10. So it goes super fast. Why is the portal like half green? I don't like that. We can do that for sure. Using a pulse trigger, I set the portal to appear totally black and then carried on with some cheeky copy paste. We don't really have much of a music sync pattern. It's just whatever I'm feeling because I don't really have time to check it. Just set these blocks upside down like this and then move this to be in the center, maybe a bit smaller, but P1. Yeah. Or these can go behind. That might be a nice differentiator. Yeah, okay. We gotta spam pulse these as well. Let me make the object color before it ever appears. Just hold on like a 0.1 and then set this to spawn trigger, multi-trigger, and then we're gonna spawn it every 0.2 seconds, like so. Every 0.2 seconds and then spawn it. Okay, cool. So these lines are gonna be flashing, yeah. I kind of want that to start like at the beat drop. Right? I forgot to design the orb. What the heck am I doing? Let's have a huge ring around it that can be P2, but also a bit more dark and put on B3. We can definitely control the speed at which it rotates as well. I'm trying to make multiple layers right now, but I keep selecting random things. What am I doing? Not sure what the plan is right now, gotta be honest. Let's make a huge chain. This can just be on regular P1 or maybe object colored because that would make more sense. Let me put this on group parent and scale it up actually. That'll look way better. So we just gotta object color this like so. Yeah, okay, this is neat. And then we can have like a layer to the side that's gonna be lower brightness P1. Yeah, okay. It might look very strange, but it's going to be better with a background for sure. Some more copy pasting and tweaking. I added the double click blue orb at the end of it too. So can we pulse all P2s or not? Yes, we can. Okay, nice. This is going to work charm. We're going to make P2 go to black, and then we're going to make P1 go to black, but for shorter time duration. And then this is going to be repeated like every 4 blocks maybe. Yeah. All right, and then we got to make sure that all of these ground spikes are also on black. Okay, let's lock on some of these on editor layer 3, and we can put this on P1, but maybe like plus 90. This is a huge risk because what if P2 doesn't match very well? Ooh, do I make it gray then? I think I do. Okay, gray. Gray it is. Okay, we're going to move it in a square like so, and then like this. Neat. Gonna rotate it like this. So we have like a nice big thick pattern. And I'm gonna turn on slide limit hacks so I can scale this a little bit further like so. Because this is gonna really help the background pop out. It needs to be a bit darker though. I'm setting up 2 circular layers that are gonna rotate at different speeds. It can also fade on at this time because I'm just thinking about that. Trying to make my transition look nice. We want this to be a short fade time because the song kind of bursts. Okay. Do we make this move onto the player? I think we actually do. I'm going to spend some time just aligning this to a point where the player would fit. Okay, so it's 8 blocks down roughly. That's going to work. Okay, neat. So at the point where we lock it, we need to put 2 spikes. Let me just make sure that we don't hit them on the way down. Perfect. Okay, so we can't jump and ruin this, basically. It's going to always center on the player. One that's rotating outwards and one that's rotating inwards. Nice. And then we need to copy these triggers as well and delete their centers so the actual objects rotate too. There we go. We have a background that's rotating. And we got to fix these blocks, dude. They look so ugly. I then added pulses to the background spike objects and set the blocks to blending, adding an outline design by scaling each block down on itself. This gave me a bright white pulsing outline that matched the background pretty well in its energy. Wait, this is actually kind of possible. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I accidentally added hue to the spikes, which is really annoying. We're also going to put a giant one of these big pulsing circles in the center. We need to make this scale big. Yep, and we're going to make this the maximum speed, randomized start. Probably copy paste this 3 times so it goes bigger, but I'm going to put them on a different opacity so it's not getting in the way too much. So I want to put it on T3 so it tints everything. It works. It just looks so weird. This is looking pretty good, I gotta say, for the amount of time it's taken me. I can probably playtest from the beginning. It's 32 seconds long. This ain't bad. I should be making the ground flicker as well. Okay. we have to take a little bit of time and just polish what we've got. Let me just take the random little pulse triggers that I added earlier with the huge gaps, and we can just make them go to black color like so. That'll work. I wish there was more in the beginning. We kind of have this huge explosive effect. Let me take these off the object color, make them black, so we have like a nice little starting point that gets shown right before we get thrown into it. We just need to make sure that the center is kept invisible. I could just put it on group 1. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah. Wait, that looks kind of cool. Could we not just make like a cool pattern if I take the center off it as a group? Like one here, and just start like scaling them up so they move further from the center like this, and then start giving them different groups. So we have 16, and then we can make like a pulsing pattern, which can come in and add a bit of progression to the drop. Oh god, I need scale hacks. Sorry guys, I said I wanted to stop using scale hacks, but it's just too good. Right, this might take a bit of my time, but it's probably going to be worth it. Wait, I could, yeah, okay. Using these black dots as markers, I copied the circles again and scaled them up to that point, hoping to save some time and to make the patterns more interesting in the end. Pretty good, I gotta say. I'm just gonna copy paste these and hopefully just have a nice rotating pattern like so. I got sidetracked and started doing something else. I'll see you in 5 minutes when I'm actually making the rotation effect. Where's the song cut out here? Right there. Okay, so we're gonna eliminate like a bit by bit. So parts of this are just going to start disappearing to make it a bit more intense as we get closer. The pulse is still going to happen, the spawn loop pulse, but that's fine. We're going to add a huge portal right here, which is going to send us to an interesting location. Okay. We can copy these structures and use them in a ship like this, and then make it a bit tighter. Let me just copy these spikes along the ground. Yep. Here I proceed to make the worst ship section of all time that wasn't even possible in the original version. I didn't realize that though, because I'm an idiot. Oh, we could do something interesting with the blocks and the portals and whatnot if we just give them all a group. In between the points where there's actual blocks, for example, right here, we can have a quick movement of 24 up, like, I don't know, 20 blocks or something, to then move, I don't know, maybe like a mini block later, like this, down 30. And then up another 10. So they go back to their original place like this. And we can have them as like a visual distraction. I don't know. This is going to be a weird idea, but hopefully it works nicely. Just tweaking the hideous ship section, just accepting that it's terrible and moving forward. Okay, it sucks. It really does suck. Wow, I did not anticipate how much this would suck. So solution is we add big pulsing triangles. I don't know why this is the first solution that came to my mind, but if I just don't fade, don't enter these. We can add a rotation for 25 that has group number 9, 45 degrees every time, and these triangles just sort of cover up some of the blocks. I don't know, it might look cool. Very lazy decoration, I gotta say, but it might work. Kinda nervous. I don't know how this is really going. I can't tell if I like it or not because I haven't had time to playtest it whatsoever. This might be an insult to extreme demons to call this like something that's an extreme demon. We're going for it though. I'm trying. An hour is really not a good time limit for an extreme because you got to think about gameplay and whatnot. I didn't think about gameplay. This is terrible extreme. Okay, cool. So we have our triangles and then we can probably set like a foreground. If I just copy these, put them on a new editor layer and just scale them up or down or up or down, up or down. I'm gonna say up. And then maybe scale them down afterwards. Yeah, this is a good idea, like this. And put them on the layer above on maybe something that's pulsing. What is pulsing? This? Oh wait, that's below, it's blending. Dude, come on. Find something! Yes, pulses, perfect, awesome. Okay, so we move this to the right, and then we just have a movement of them towards the player. This is going to be the worst parallax effect you've ever seen, by the way. 25, 20, 200. Is this going to work? Are they going to move towards? It doesn't even, it barely even moves. It looks so bad. Right, back to our little circles. We need to make a rotation effect. I didn't really finish this off. Where are they? Where are my circles? Here they are. Okay, we're going to give all of these a group so they can fade on separately. Okay, so they're invisible, and then we make them visible right here, and then they start rotating. So starting with 16. All right, you can be rotating for like 12 seconds. It really doesn't matter that much. You need to rotate the slowest. Let's just put you on 1. Okay. And then 17, you can go 2. 18, you can go 3. And so on until we reach 23. Worst level I've ever made, but it's okay. We're just gonna go for it. Okay. It's kind of working. It's kind of working. I kind of rock with this. Low key. Okay, so these aren't rotating. What? I didn't put the center in? What am I doing? What am I doing? I didn't even see it properly. I was like, yeah, this looks good. Not even looking at what I was supposed to be looking at the whole time. I have to do all of that again. I just wasted like a minute of my time, dude. What am I doing? Not present. You know what I mean? They just sort of exist. Like, they don't really matter too much. But I think that's okay. We just zoom, and then we delete the extras, like so, and then we replace. Nice. We're gaming. Okay, so does this like gradually stop pulsing as we go on, or not? No. So we need to stop trigger for number 9. Number 9. And then we can toggle everything right here. Let's just give it a group 28, and we can just slam the brakes on 28. Like, boom. Let me just put it right there. Okay, cool. We have a giant Q portal that's going to be invisible, and it's going to send us down. So it just goes boom. And the final section sucked. So we're going to cut the video off right there. You can see it in the speed build, I guess. But I'm going to move on to my final response to this level, because this ending has no substance at all. It's useless. I don't want to include it in the video because it's already too long. Alrighty. So this is my extreme that I made in an hour. I got to polish it a little bit. I added some waterfall blocks in the beginning for some animated detail. Then in the middle, I added some black saw blades to cover space. And in the ending, I added some gears on low opacity. I am gonna end it right here. I did it within the hour. Let's go. It's a minute long, 1 hour. It plays properly, hopefully. I'm gonna bot it, and I'm gonna show you the result. Thank you so much for watching this 1 hour extreme challenge. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day. I did my outro on the time limit too. Boom.